Welcome back to the third poem, The Voice of the Rain, written by Walt Whitman. Students, as I told you earlier, we had done up to this part in the first phase, in the first part of our video. Now we are starting with this line. Earlier, let me explain this line. I descend to lave the droughts, atomies, dust layers of the earth. I had explained that means when the rain falls, it cleanses the earth of all the dust layers and it brings water to earth. Its dryness is over now. So it is a form of life that it is giving to earth again. And all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. So the rain says, until unless it's fall on earth, the seeds which are lying dormant for such a long time, they will not sprout. There will be no life in them. So it is the rain that falls, give moisture, and they sprout. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin. This is quite true that rain, it falls day and night, and it's claimed that it gives life to its own origin, means the origin of the rain is earth. It gives back life to its own origin, means the earth is regenerated by rain. It is true because when rain falls, earth teems with life. There is a lot of green cover, new sprouts, all form of life teems out and make pure and beautify it. It is also true that when rain falls, all the impurities of the earth are washed away and earth becomes beautiful, full of greenery, full of life. Now, the last two lines, which are put into the bracket, is an afterthought of the poet. These are not spoken by the rain. So, this is not a part of the dialogue of the rain, but this is an afterthought of the poet. So, for song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, racked or unracked, duly with love returns. So here the poet want to say that after fulfillment, after the rain has fallen, it falls at one place, then wanders away at another. So this is a process of the rain in continuity throughout day and night. It keep on falling. Whether somebody hears or notice or doesn't notice it, but always rain comes with love returns. There are always some musical notes along with it. So a comparison between music and rain is well drawn. This is clarified in the last two lines. This is the old explanation. Now let us see the exercise of this poem. Question number 1. There are two voices in the rain. Why? Who do they belong to? Which line indicate this? The two voices are the voice of the rain and the voice of the poet. When it says the voice of the rain, that means when the when the rain says I am the poem of the earth, and the rest of the poem, which I put into a bracket here, this is all the voice of the rain, spoken by the rain. And the first two lines and the last two lines, that is spoken by the writer. Okay, question number 2. What does the phrase strange to tell means? Strange to tell here explains. When the rain said, I am the poem of the earth, this was quite strange to the poet because that rain is non-living and how can it speak? Question number 3. There is a parallel drawn between rain and music. This we have already discussed, the parallel between rain and music, because rain is a harbinger of music as well. It brings musical notes with it. Question number 4. How is the cyclic movement of the rain brought out in the poem? Compare it with that you have learned in science. So it is very simple. The cyclic movement is the rain that take birth from the earth in the form of evaporation, then goes high in the sky, condensation, clouds, and then falls again in the form of rain to the earth. So this is the cyclic movement. Why are the last two lines put into the bracket? I just explained you. Question number 6. List the pairs of opposites found in the poem. List of opposites and contradictory. As I told you, this is a figure of speech oxymoron. In the first part of our video I gave you, and let me give you a few example. Day and night, and one more example was given in the first part. So this is all about this poem for the day, and wait for the assignment. Thank you and have a nice day.